Fast Track's Tommy Barrett with your sports update.
Hi guys, Tommy Barrett here with sports. Purdue Track and Field was in Ohio over the weekend for the Big Ten Track and Field Championships. Boilermakers finished second with 94 points. Redshirt junior Devin Charlton led the team with 28 points and a gold medal in the 60-meter hurdles, which made her the first woman in school history to win gold in that event. Savannah Carson right there won her first individual Big Ten title, and 5 titles won this year bring the total to 33 Big Ten titles in school history. This wraps up the indoor season for track and field, and they now will wait for the NCAA declarations where 16 of the top individuals will advance, as well as the top 12 relay teams. The event will take place March 11th and 12th in College Station, Texas. On to the hardwood now. Boilermakers return to Michigan as Spike Albrick made his return home to his old alma mater. Purdue basketball squared off with Michigan in Ann Arbor during their senior night, where the Wolverines ended up giving the Boilermakers a pretty good run for their money. Let's hit to the highlights now. We start in the first half where the story was the sophomore Mo Wagner, who had 22 points in the first 20 minutes, scoring here and then left here, knocking down a flurry of threes, causing real issues for the Boilermakers in that first half. The Wolverines closed the first half with that three-pointer from Duncan Robinson falling out of bounds, and Michigan went up 15 points in the first half. However, here in the second half, Caleb Swanigan and his National Player of the Year campaign continues, getting the bucket for the Boilermakers. He finished with 18 points in the game. Vincent Edwards also had a strong second half as he scores on the tough layup as the Boilermakers cut it to 6 points with just over 2 minutes to go. But this was the dagger Derek Walton Jr. tough three-pointer here as the Boilermakers are going to fall 82-70. Purdue is back in action against, Indiana for their senior night on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Also senior day for the women's basketball program as Bridget Perry and Ashley Morissetti were honored after the Purdue battled against Northwestern for a fight for position in the Big Ten tournament. Now let's hit to the highlights once again. The Purdue Boilermakers and Northwestern Wildcats tied at 59 under 5 seconds ago. Morissetti for the win, no, but Keys is there for the offensive putback. Did it go? The referees had a meeting about it. They stopped the celebration, and the Boilermakers are going to end up winning this one 61-59. Check it out. Keys just gets it off, and the Boilermakers cruise to the victory after that. Boilermakers finish 5th in the Big Ten Conference standing. Ashley Morissetti ended up getting a first-team All-Big Ten nomination for her play this season.
For Ashley to airball as a pass, but, it was a fantastic way to go out.
Coach Darrell Hazel making the trip to the NFL. He is now the head coach, or he is now the wide receivers coach for the Minnesota Vikings after spending 4 years in charge of the Boilermakers. Hazel was 9-33 overall and 3-24 in the Big Ten, and will now lead a young wide receiving corps led by Stephon Diggs. Former interim head coach here at Purdue, Jared Parker, was arrested Tuesday for operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. Former wide receiver and interim head coach joined the Cincinnati Bearcats as a running backs coach, but resigned from the position on Friday. He was released from Tippecanoe County Jail without bond later on Tuesday. Now swimming and diving, Big Ten championships as well, and we talked with Steele Johnson once again winning his first Big Ten championship, and the Boilermakers once again adding to their total.
Men's swimming and diving went on the road to Ohio State for the Big Ten championships and came away with 2 conference titles. Marat Altmadinov won in the 200 breaststroke and became the first Boilermaker since Louis Paul to win consecutive conference titles in swimming. The Boilermakers have now won the last 3 years at the Big Ten championships for the 200 breaststroke, as Liam Diaz did it back in 2015. In diving, it was superstar Steele Johnson on the platforms, dazzling with several 10s on his dives as he came away with gold in the event. Johnson's score of 547.80 puts him second all-time in Purdue history behind David Badaya. The Boilermakers finished 6th, and Altmadinov and Johnson were both named first team All-Big Ten. Here's what Steele Johnson had to say.
Steele, you redshirted last year. You came back and you're going home with gold. What's it feel like right now?
It's exciting. My first Big Ten's freshman year, I went home with 3 silver medals and was pretty close in 2 of the events to getting the gold. And after a tough 1 meter event and a tough 3 meter event. It's nice to have another tough 10 meter event, but to come out on top. You know, the entire time I wasn't trying to do dives for perfect 10s. I was just trying to go up and perform what I perform in training. And that was a good mindset for me. It kept me in the zone. Didn't try anything new, just went for all the dives. I'm really happy with how they went.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Fast Track Sports, Connor Hope.
Come back, we meet up with the students who bring you top artists such as Walk the Moon, Lady Gaga, Luke Bryan, and more. Stay with us.